Hey guys, so I just wanted to tell you why I stopped being a Jehovah's Witness and how I became a Christian. So, for the first 21 years of my life, I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and my dad was an elder. So we were pretty deep into it. But my dad, he always told me that if he ever felt like what he was learning was a lie and they were not telling the truth, that he would be the first one gone. And he did exactly that. When I was 21, he called me, told me he found a lie in the Watchtower publications, and he was out. And because of that, I started to kind of have my doubts as well. And I did see it as a way out in a way because I was already living a double life. And I would be one way outside of the Kingdom Hall and then another way while I was in front of Jehovah's Witnesses. And truthfully, I didn't like that either. So I just kind of tossed all of that out, and I was always interested in spirituality, so I did want to know if there was any way to actually know if there was a real spirit world or an other side that I could contact. So I picked up all the magic books that I could, and I started trying to perform magic rituals. And a lot of those involved drugs. And so whether I was just going crazy or I was actually talking to spirits, I'm not entirely sure. But what I do know is that when I was 25, after 4 years of doing that, I was severely messed up. And my life was in absolute ruins. And I had lost my place due to all this stuff. And I was living at my mom's house. And I just remember driving home one day and it was raining. And in my car, I was crying. And I just said, Jesus, I don't know if you exist, but if you do, please help me. And later that week, something happened, and it felt like something broke inside of my heart. And it was this immense relief and love that I had never felt before. And it felt like God was there with me. And so even for months after that, I couldn't stop crying every time I think of that experience. And all I wanted to do was share that with everyone, because in an instant, I knew Jesus was real and that he was the Son of God. But I still had not come to the agreement that Jehovah's Witnesses was not the truth. And I felt like because of that experience, God was directing me back there. And so I went back, and my mom was still a Jehovah's Witness. So I went back to the meetings, and what I found out very quickly was that I thought I would change immediately, but I found that I was still struggling with a lot of the same problems and that I couldn't fix anything. And all of my old friends were still doing the same double life type stuff. And I thought everybody would be very zealous if this was the truth. And so I ended up getting into some trouble and doing some things, sinning, and I felt like it was my duty to come clean to the elders. So I came to them and I told them about what was happening. And wouldn't you know, I got disfellowshipped. But it was actually a blessing in disguise, because after that, while they were shunning me, I would sit inside of the Kingdom Hall, and during their services, I would just read the Bible. And something that really bothered me from the beginning was that they always said that the New Testament did not apply to the rank and file Jehovah's Witness. Only that certain group of 144,000 anointed Jehovah's Witnesses. And so the more and more I read, the more I saw that there was absolutely no biblical basis for that New Testament to not apply to all Christians. And so I ended up leaving again. And even though I was lost for another year after that, and I wasn't exactly sure where I was going, what I did come to find was that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one can come to the Father except through him.